Loke. It is the one and only Ronin the Traveler. Man, thank you guys for tuning into the channel. Got a good story time for you. Now look, the other night, man, I'm laying in my bed sleep. I get a phone call at 2 a.m. and I wake up and I'm shocked. You know how you wake up out of dead sleep. I feel like I'm about to start swinging. Like, I was shocked. And, you know, my mom is not in good health, or my father. So I'm thinking it's something to do with them. I pick the phone up and I hear this voice and it says, "Ron, it's me." And I look and realize it was a video call. And when I look on there, I see a woman I used to deal with, and she's holding a kid. This is, man, you can't make this stuff up, man. And she tells me, "Look at your son." And man, I look at the little ninja. He does kind of look like me, man. But let's get into the story, man. And this story go into how I meet this chick. Man, this is a crazy story, man, but I'm gonna try to keep it a little clean. So let's get into it. And you know it's starting in Santo Domingo, my favorite place here in the DR. So I'm staying in Piantini in one of these beautiful spots, man. This spot beautiful, man. I put the link in the description. I'm on a long-term stay. So listen, I'm just chilling. I go up to the pool deck, and these places have these beautiful pool decks, man, that overlook the city, and at night is gorgeous, it's romantic, and it's just luxury, and it's that lifestyle that make you feel like a king. So man, one day I'm sitting up here, I think I got a 12-pack of Presidentes, I got my whiskey, and I'm just relaxing. I'm the only one up there. And this white lady comes out there, man. And I rarely see, I see a lot of white people on the North Coast. I don't really see as many, and I'm saying white, I'm saying like European from Europe. Hey, I don't see too many in Santo Domingo too much. You do have white people live there, but it's just, I don't really see them as much. So she comes down the pool deck with a robe on. I'm looking, she look good, but I'm not really sweating it until she drops the robe. And when she dropped that robe, man, she would put Lil Debbie's out of business. That's how many cakes she had. I'm talking about she had cakes, pancakes. IHOP couldn't handle it. It's just cakes for days. So I'm looking. I put my sunglasses on because I didn't want to be like I'm in creep mode 3000. So I'm looking at her. She get in the pool, get out, and I'm telling you, I saw what all the fuss is about, man. Umar Johnson would have been mad with me. He would have been furious, but I'm looking at them slopes. Or maybe he would have been out there drinking Presidente with me looking. So when she gets out of the pool, she comes right over there where I'm at, lays down on one of the, you know how those folding chairs, she's laying on the folding chair, right on the side of me. And she reaches over, grabs one of my beers, opens it, and drinks it. And I'm looking at her like, okay. So she drinks the beer, she introduced herself. She told me her name was Alisa. And this girl was tall, man. She looked me right in the face. She had to be, I just was a tad bit taller. She probably about 5'10", 5'11". All legs and cakes. Just, oh man, gorgeous woman. I'm talking about Norse. Blonde hair, blue eyes. I've dealt with white chicks before, but never one looked like her, man. She was really pretty. And so we start talking a little bit. She tells me she was from Russia. And then she tells me she feels like a prisoner. And I'm like, what do you mean? She like, I came here and I've been trapped in this building. I'm like, what do you mean you're trapped in the building? She's like, I'm scared to go anywhere. She had the same story I have and many of you guys have. You know how you book a trip with other people and they don't show up. Her best friend had got that C-19, so she couldn't come at the time. And the other girl just didn't show up. So she ended up doing just like I did and came there by herself. And now she was scared to travel. So I understood what she was going through. And as we drank those beers, she was like, there's so much I want to see, but I'm scared to go. So I see this as an opportunity. So I looked at her and said, hey man, you know what? I know Santo Domingo very well. If you want, I can come with you. And she was like, you would do that? Yeah, I would do it. She spoke English. It was a terrible English accent, but you know, you don't throw a Rolls Royce away because it got a dent in it. So I still kicked it with her. So me and her agreed. And look, we got to know each other really well, man. This chick made me laugh by doing one thing. She pulled her phone out and put music on, and she's playing Tupac. And I could not believe it that she tells me how much she loved rap music. Look, we in a global world, man. That's why men need to, I push this passport life to everybody, because we're in a global world, man. We are global. People love our culture and the things we do, especially the good parts of it, man. So don't let people keep you on that plantation, man. It's for you plantation bros, man. Get out there and see the world. And look, she was telling me all about hip hop and how she watched a lot of the shows in Russia. I couldn't believe it. Like, she loved Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She loved all these shows, the Family Matters and all that. So she knew a lot about our culture. And I started thinking, like, what her friends really was coming out here for? They were coming out here to get that action, I'm thinking, you know. But she was cool, so we agreed to meet the next day. Next day, she come knock on my door late. Now, I'm gonna tell you, man, Russian women run late from what I see. They run late. But when I opened the door, man, she had these blue tights on. Son, the girl had the curves in the right places, man. I felt really lucky. I'm like, damn. And the woman, she was fine, man. So me and her catch the Uber. We go to Zona Colonial, and I'm showing her all the little spots. We ate food, and she's getting happier and happier. She feels free now. And I know all the little spots in Zona Colonial. I bring all these places, man. And we end up on the Melicon, and on the Melicon, there's a little, you know, you guys that go to them seen this. There's a little, like, a fair type thing. It's open sometimes it's not. Me and her out there, man, and she's eating this ice cream, and she's licking on it, and she wants me to try. I said, no, I don't want none. Now, here's where she starts to get touchy-feely. She take the ice cream and put it in my mouth. I'm like, oh, no, it's good. And then after that, she gives me a kiss, and she was like, listen, that kiss is for you bringing me out. I feel so protected with you. I feel good. Thank you. I'm like, you know, it's all good. And she's starting to hold my hand now more and more. And for dinner, we go to Adrian Tropical, and it's right, look, bring women here. It's right on the Melicon. You're on the ocean. We're eating there. She's enjoying it. And I tell her, look, you want to go have some real fun? She's like, yeah. I take this woman to VIP Mixer, something she had never experienced. We go to VIP Mixer, and it is lit. And listen, she the whitest person in there, the only white person in there, but she was comfortable. She's having a good time, and all the dudes in there was checking for her. She stood out, man. She was like a magical unicorn, and she had the time of her life. I let her go ahead, go have a good time. She's like, oh, you don't belong to me. She's dancing with people. She's dancing with me. We having a good time. We smoking hookah. The night is going spectacular. And when we finish, we walk across the street from VIP Mixer. There's a little, like, strip. Everybody's out. She's happy. And the people just think I'm a Dominican. So we walk around. I could talk Spanish by this time. I'm talking Spanish with people walking around. She's happy. She's holding my hand more and more. And we go back to the place. So on the ride back to the room, man, Alisa is rubbing my hands and stuff. So I'm like, oh, snap. It's about to go down. At the same time, man, my eyes glowing in the back of the Uber, man. I'm turning into the wolf. It's about to go. It's about to go down. I'm getting happier and happier. Man, we get back to the place, man, and we in the elevator. When they get to my floor, I'm on floor 5. I step out. I'm thinking she coming with me. She said, "Oh, I'm going up." I'm like, "What?" Like, no, I'm going up. So she go upstairs. You can't force. I ain't about to just force this white lady. Like, I'm trying to take advantage of her or something. But I'm feeling it, man. I'm turning the wolf, man. I go to the room, man, and I go take a cold shower. I'm like, damn, I knew this woman ain't did me like this after all that rubbing and doing things. I take a cold shower, try to come down. I go lay on the sofa, man. Then I get a knock on the door. This is probably 30 minutes later, and it's Alisa. Now, I got to keep it clean for this, man, but this will be on Patreon, man. All this shit is real. Alisa comes in there with that same robe she had on the pool deck when I first met her. She come in with the robe, and she takes it off, and man, it was instant. I'm telling you, man, I went skiing. We went in the room, and it was Takashi 6ix9ine, if you know what I mean. It was on and popping. And look, in my drawer, I keep the jimmy, so I reached to grab jimmies, and it was just spectacular. It was cosmic. I ain't gonna say it the best I ever had, but it was right up there. I knew what all the fuss was about, man. I turned to Stevie Wonder. I got jungle fever. You got jungle fever. Oh, man, it was straight pound. Next day, man, me and her get up, and we take a shower, and we go to another restaurant, and we rinse and repeat for days, man. Everything rolled in. The days became one. We were inseparable, man. I'm loving her. She's telling me a lot about Russia. She's teaching me Russian words, and I'm definitely feeling her, and I can see she's feeling me, man. And look, man, this is the funny part. She liked rap music so much. When we would be intimate with each other, she would ask me to rap. I'm in there singing raps from the 90s. I don't know. So lately, look, brother, tell the Tupac, lately, I've been really wanting babies. So I can see part of me that wasn't always shady. But this would make old girl go to hell off. When I start rapping like Tupac, oh man, maybe she thought she was fat Tupac. Old girl would love it. And I would just have a good day with her, man. But finally, you know my stories, man. They always got that turn. Look, man, finally one morning, this is where all this whole story takes place. This is why it happens right here. The morning before she's supposed to go back to Russia, me and her laying in the bed, and I'm chilling, man. I'm content. I'm happy, and I'm in there with that Isley Brothers. I just make me say it again, girl. Laying in the bed, I'm feeling like that, man. I'm zoned out. I'm feeling good, man. Alisa is just awesome. She was so sweet, man. She was feminine. Because a lot of the chicks in America, man, they just tough, whether they white or black. I tell people, look, black women fit that stereotype in America of being rough, but shoot, man, a white woman picking it up now too, man. It's just like, it's America itself is demasculating men and masculating women. So around her, man, she was definitely feminine, man. She was cool, man. Very touchy-feely. She liked to kiss. Like, this woman want to kiss me all the time, man. She was a kisser. And I was cool with that, man. So look, right before it's time for her to leave, man, the day before, man, we laying in bed, and she starts, rubbing on me and whatnot and all that. And I reach in the drawer to get one of the jimmies. There's no jimmies. So this is where this whole thing take place at, man. So I had to make a decision. When I raised the cover up and looked at what I was looking at, it's like, man, I just did it. I just like, man, the hell with it. And I know many of you would, but don't do this kind of stuff. Like my boy Rodney always tell me, man, like Dr. Dre, there's an aftermath. I didn't give a damn about no aftermath. I just did it. And it was spectacular. For the first time, you get to feel the pudding, and that vanilla pudding was magically delicious. I just did it. I'm telling you, I did it. And the next day, she left. I go to the airport with her, man. I told you she's a kisser. When she get a ticket, man, she's all sad, man. Alisa's crying because she has to leave me. And I'm like, we're going to be together again. We're going to get things straight. I mean, by this time, we're making all kind of promises. Now one of us probably intended to keep. And man, she give me this shit was like a Hollywood movie. She give me one of the biggest, longest kisses I think I've ever had in my life. She tongue kissed me in the airport in front of everybody. And she was like, I love you, Ronaldo. And give me this big kiss, and she go ahead. And I walked off, man, and I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was hurt. I felt like I had lost a piece of my heart. People tell you, catch flights, don't catch feelings. But sometimes, man, you can catch feelings. And I was starting to catch feelings, man. And here's the thing with me, man. I'm dualistic, man. I have me and I have the wolf. Me, I might catch feelings, but when I'm the wolf, I don't have no feelings. That's why I love to have the wolf on side of me, man. But let me tell you, man, that ride in the Uber back to the room, man, was very lonely, man. And I'm thinking about Luther Van. I'm looking at the road. I'm like, don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling it. I get back to the room, man, and it feels so empty in there. Her blonde hair was everywhere. No matter how much we cleaned the room, I would find blonde hair. And I would smell her in the room all the time, and she smelled like lemons. You know, like I heard Uncle Ruckus say, white people smell like lemon juice and pledge. And she had this kind of lemony smell, man. I was smelling around the room, man. But I'm telling you, man, I was missing old girl. And we talked for a little while when she got back to Russia, and then all of a sudden, communication stopped. Till the beginning of this video, she called me and told me I had a kid. So, man, that's the part one of this story, man. I went to the DNA test. Part 2, we gonna get into the second part of this thing, man. Tune in, man. Thank you guys for joining the channel, man. And look, join the channel, man. We got a lot more videos coming out, and the real version of this video will be on Patreon. Right now, I'm recording all the videos for Patreon because YouTube demonetized a lot of my videos when I talk about sex. So I try to keep it as clean as I can. Man, I'm telling you guys, man, tune in, join the channel. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for joining the Blue Book Passport Cartel. You want to learn about travel, man? We got good brothers in here who can teach you, especially Dominican Republic and Colombia, man. We're heavy in that group on that, man. So you plan on going to any one of the places, man, join the Blue Book Passport Cartel, man. We are growing. Shout out to all you kings, and we are out.